start here with the Draymond story. And man, Draymond Green, man. Oh man, this guy. All right. All right. So Draymond Green was asked about the best NBA defenders of all time. And right off the bat, Draymond Green says he is number one on the list. I get it. That's the whole concept of, you got to have confidence in yourself, right? You got to be all in on yourself if you're going to, you know, be one of the best of all time. You got to say you're one of the best of all time. You got to believe in what you're saying. Obviously you got to play like it as well. Draymond Green is not even remotely close to the tier that contains the best defenders of all time. He's not in the tier. So I don't even want to get into like who's in the top tier just yet. Like who are the best top 5 defenders of all time. He's so far from that level. We can't have that conversation about him being the best defender of all time. He doesn't have the blocked shot prowess. He doesn't have the active hands, steals, anticipation. He doesn't have that special capability and knack in that tier. He's a very, very good defender. He's an excellent defender. He's one of the best defenders of his era, but that does not put you in top tier, let alone top defender. I have seen in just my lifetime several players who are better than him at mostly everything on defense. In his era, he is a top flight defender. He is all NBA defense. He's won a DPOY before. I'm not questioning his ability to be considered one of the best defenders of his era. He is not in the top echelon of top defenders of all time. No way. That is so disrespectful for the guys that came before him that were so elite on defense. They are renowned and known as the best defenders of all time. There's so many guys that belong in that consideration that are better than him. But here's what Draymond had to say about that. And the article was written, I think, by Brent Brookhouse over at CBS Sports. Draymond Green, for his resume, has been an all-NBA defender in terms of selections to the all-NBA team, all-NBA defense, 9 times in his career. Draymond Green has played 12 seasons in the NBA, 12 or 13 complete seasons. I'm not sure. They got it as 2012-13 is when he was drafted. Okay. And then 24-25 is completing now. So he's completed that. So let's just say 12 seasons. He's played them all with the same team. He's been a really important part of why they have won championships because of his defense. He has been tasked with defending at a high level for a very long time. Over a decade, he has been an excellent defender. So this is a nuanced conversation. It's not that it's not a valid claim to say that he is a great defender. I think his greatness on defense is acknowledged by pretty much everyone. But him putting himself as number one is laughable. It's a joke. I hope it's just tongue in cheek and he's being a jokester. But to put himself as the best defender of all time, hell to the no. Draymond Green was nominated All NBA defense 9 times in 12 seasons, so very well accomplished. DPOY in 2017, and he finished 3rd in DPOY this year. Just a reminder that the winner of the award was Evan Mobley. And, Draymond finishing 3rd probably would have finished 4th had Wemby finished the season and probably won the DPOY. Probably, right? But man, his list contains great players, but he's got himself as number one. All right, so here's who else is in his list. Top 5. Draymond says Ben Wallace is on that list. Is Ben Wallace a top 5 defender all time? Maybe. When Ben Wallace was in the league, he was a cold-blooded defensive killer. He's got a hell of a defensive resume, too. All right, so Ben Wallace also known as Big Ben. Played for the Detroit Pistons. I think he spent a couple of seasons in Chicago, maybe. I think he played for the Wizards. I remember he had a short stint with the Cavs, kind of at the end of his career. Trying to remember here. So he played for the Wizards from 96 to 99. He played for the Magic for, I think, 1 year before I would call his heyday, his prime, went to the Detroit Pistons when they made their finals runs and Eastern Conference Finals and their dominance within the conference, and he was a big part of that. He played for the Bulls for a few years and then the Cavs for one, I think, and then he came home to the Pistons where he rounded out his career. So Ben Wallace is a champion. He won a ring in 2004, the inevitable ring, the amazing ring. The Pistons beat the Lakers in 2004 in one of the most lopsided series we've ever seen. During his run, he was a 4-time NBA All-Star from 03 to 06, basically because of his defense. 3-time All-NBA second team, 03, 4, and 6. 2-time All-NBA third team, 02 and 05. 4-time Defensive Player of the Year. 4-time. So 02, 03, 5, and 6. 5-time NBA All-Defensive First Team, NBA All-Defensive Second Team in 07. He was also a 2 times NBA rebounding leader during that time frame. He was an NBA blocks leader in 2002. That is one hell of a resume. Does Ben Wallace belong in anybody's top 5 defenders all time? Sure. You can have that. Now, it doesn't take into account the others that may be more deserving to be in the top 5. But Ben Wallace is a good pick. Ben Wallace was amazing. Ben Wallace was a force, a defensive force. Do I think Draymond Green is more of a defensive force than Ben Wallace? Hell no. Not even close. Ben Wallace was scary. Ben Wallace was the reason why guys couldn't score. Guys score on Draymond Green often. He's not locking anyone up. He makes great defensive plays. He is not a force like Ben Wallace was. They don't belong in the same conversation. They do not. Ben Wallace was a fierce competitor on the defensive end. He prevented people from scoring. He stopped them completely in cold blood. Some of his blocks were almost impossible. Like you would see them, some of the guys he had to defend. Like think about the players that Ben Wallace had to defend. Shaq was in that era, still somewhat in his prime. Kevin Garnett was in that era, right? Like there were guys that were multifaceted, incredible offensive players across all these different levels, right? 15, 20 feet out within the paint, had hook shots, had pivots, moves, had very reliable offensive bags. A lot of stuff that's missing in today's league from the center position. There's only a few guys that really have any type of center impact offensively in terms of diversity, right? You have Joker, Cat's a pretty nice player offensively. There's a few guys, but there were Hall of Fame offensive talents, multi-dimensional players and scorers that Ben Wallace had to deal with, and physical forces that he had to deal with guys like Shaq, Tim Duncan, like elite, outside of Joker, who's the elite center in the NBA? Joel Embiid doesn't play. Or else I would be giving Draymond some credit if he had to defend him night in and night out. But it's really a bunch of stretch players, smaller guys, and that's why Draymond Green gets to play center in this NBA. Draymond Green is not Ben Wallace. No. They don't belong in the same conversations. Absolutely not.